Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff and you are at Hey Fro Sales, and today we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping and then we're going to see what's sold today. So, housekeeping. A customer contacted me today and he goes, he typed this elaborate message out. Basically, he did not receive a comic that was delivered to his house the night before. So it shows delivered and tracking, and he messages me and he's like asking me like what did the he knows it's lost. He's trying to like work with the post office to give them information about what the package looked like, how I shipped it. Now I'm telling you this story so you can give this kind of advice to if this ever happens to you, because essentially if the item shows delivered, your job is over. In theory, your job is completely over. They can open an item not received case. As soon as you upload the tracking, the eBay's gonna this is what's really stupid about eBay, is they have to wait like 3 days. But anyhow, here's a little tip that you can tell your buyer, and I always try to do this when I can. So I know that eBay will sometimes, not every time, but if a buyer has never done this before, meaning they've never opened up a case for an item not as described, an item not received, but it shows that it's been delivered, sometimes eBay will refund the buyer out of pocket. They'll do it like a one time, and I like to tell my buyers this so they know to kind of maybe press the issue with eBay, because if they've never done it, because eBay wants the buyer to have a good experience as well. So if they buy something and even though it shows delivered and they didn't get it, or they claim they didn't get it, sometimes they can get that one-off kind of freebie. So something to keep in mind. I wanted to mention that Deadpool X-Men cover that I showed you the other day, the one with the zombies. And I said that a couple years ago, the guy who actually drew that cover bought this book off me, and then it ended up getting lost and come back. I didn't realize it. He bought it again. So funny. So I packaged it really, really well, like extra well. Like I'm already an amazing packer. And I'm an amazing packaging expert. Anyhow, so yeah, I just thought that was really funny. And I just find this really funny. I had 5 sales today, 1 local, so 4 on eBay, 1 local. And all 4 of them were no promoted listings. How funny is that? And not only that, the last 7 sales that I've had, none of them have been promoted listings. I'm not getting a lot of sales. I just thought that was really funny after I've gone off on a few rants about promoted listings lately. So the first sale, I'm not gonna undo it. It's not nothing special. It's a Star Trek poster. What is interesting about this sale is that it's an international sale. Somebody from England contacted me today. He's like, I'm interested in purchasing this poster. Can you ship it to me? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it shouldn't be any more than 15, most 20. And it was actually way less than that. And I ended up charging them either $12 or $13.97. I can't remember. So, I tend to have like a international tax, call it what you will. I always charge a premium. I always charge a little bit more sometimes just because you can, but I normally, I told him 15 to 20. I could have charged a lot more and I think he would have been okay with it. I think I charged him $12.97. I think it actually ended up costing me like $8.50 or $9, but you got to account for eBay's take And like I said, I always have a little bit of a buffer in there just to offset any mishaps that can go internationally. So that sold for $30. I actually paid $1 for this poster. It was brand new. I did have to open it though, just to be able to show what the image was. But that's not the only poster I sold today. I sold a really cool poster. Now, it says I don't know how to pronounce that. It's I think it's in Amsterdam. Stedelijk Museum, Amsterdam. It's an exhibit poster, and it's like it's laminated, kinda. It's a little open on the edges. I don't really know. It says Robert Mapplethorpe, and it's a picture of a naked dude in like some cylinder thing. So it was from February 1988. Now I like, and I think this sold for like 90 and change. And I undercharged a little bit on the shipping and handling, so I'm probably gonna have to pay like an extra $5. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure that I undercharged on shipping. But it is going to Oregon, so it's just going one state below. That actually factored into me accepting it, because it's just a heavy poster. Like that, I didn't factor in the laminated kind of part of the poster. So it was over £1. So, but yeah, it sold for 90. Now I was asking a lot. I think I was asking closer to $2. It's one of those pieces that it's really hard to get an accurate price on or value, and because sales have been brutally slow, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna take it. I was thinking about countering, and I'm like, if I counter and he ghosts or he declines, like I'm gonna, I'm all in on this for $5. So I'm making money. I'm pretty sure it was $5. It would not have been more than $8. I can't even actually quite remember which store I got it at. But anyhow, $90. A little Freddy keychain, brand new with tags. This sold for $11, and a comic going to Canada for $9. So, and then I sold a Halloween mask to a gentleman who is a small-time independent filmmaker in the the upper parts of Canada, and he was just down in the area for the day, and he checked out some local ads, and he came, he picked it up, and I'm like, so what kind of, so it was like, I did a little short today. I was wearing it, and so if you want to see what it looks like. But he goes, I'm like, what kind of film is it? He goes, oh, he's like, it's about a peeping Tom. And I was like, okay. He's like, who wears a creepy mask? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, definitely, we exchanged contact information, and he's going to be in the area until tomorrow. And I'm like, hey, in the future, because he lives in a very remote area, I'm like, I gave him like my eBay stores, and I said, I can ship to you too. I'm like, I buy lots of obscure stuff. And he's like, I like obscure stuff. So I have been making a kind of like a database of names. This is just something that I've been doing for the last 4 to 5 months whenever I meet people locally, and they're open to it, kind of like building a database of customers, call it what you will, and in contact information. So I know what other people are looking for. So if I'm out and I know to buy stuff and I already have a buyer in mind, that's kind of like the next evolution for me as to, really trying to sell more locally, and but having that database of names. And I only got like 8 or 9 now, but it will just continue to grow as I sell more and people refer me and whatnot. So yeah, and it's really fun. I get so much joy out of somebody finding like the thing that they need from me. Like, I bought this Halloween mask, and this isn't the second time somebody's come to me and bought a mask for a very specific, like the last one was a theater production. It was like this Eastern European kind of, they needed like a boogeyman kind of mask, and I had this creepy mask. So that's why I always buy Halloween masks when I can see them. I think they're cool. I don't sell a lot of them, but you know, it just, you know, I will always buy things that I think are cool. And I have the confidence that I'll be able to sell them. It's funny because of all the Halloween masks that I have, that particular one that sold today, it was just like this creepy, like kind of like a soldier, not really zombie, but maybe he could be a zombie. But it was kind of plain. And of all the masks that I have, that would have been the one that I thought would have been the hardest to sell. So anyhow, yeah, I got $30 out of it, by the way. I think I paid $3 or $4, maybe $3 for it. So anyhow, guys, short video tonight. You guys have a good night. I will be back tomorrow with another video, possibly another promoted listings video. We'll see. I was looking at some statistics inside there that were pretty interesting, but we'll see what happens. Take care.